In the quest for gaming supremacy, a top-notch laptop is a gamer's best ally. But let's face it, not everyone is looking to break the bank for the latest tech. This is where gaming laptops under $1,000 come into play, offering a balance of performance and affordability. Perfect for both casual and serious gamers, these laptops ensure that users don't have to spend a fortune to join the gaming elite. Number 5. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming. The Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 doesn't start with the best specs. We tested it at $709,999 with a Core i5-12500H, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti, 8GB of RAM, and a 256GB SSD. That RAM was single-channel, and the SSD was small. But with a price of around $700, that may leave some budget buyers with room to make it better by adding more storage and RAM. Despite the low price, you get sleek, modern styling, which is nice, as many cheap laptops look like they were designed years and years ago. And for the price, the speakers are pretty good, and you get a 1080p display that goes up to 120 Hz for esports games. So the IdeaPad Gaming 3 has good bones, assuming you're looking for something cheap and are willing to turn down settings. And if your budget is a bit higher, you may be able to find it with more RAM or storage and still stay under 4 figures. While the best gaming laptops often cost thousands of dollars, obviously not everyone can afford to drop that kind of cash. Even if those systems also make for capable productivity PCs, the 15.6-inch IdeaPad Gaming 3 comes equipped with a 12th generation Intel Core i5-12500H processor, 8GB of RAM, a 2x56GB SSD, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti graphics card. Read on to see if Lenovo hits a value sweet spot with the IdeaPad Gaming 3, or if you'd be better off saving up a bit for something significantly better. Number 4. Dell G15 5520 at $899.99 to start. And as we tested it, the Dell G15 offers solid 1080p gaming for the money. Like other laptops on this list, there's plenty of room for upgrades. When we tore our review unit down, we found 8GB of single-channel RAM, making for an easy upgrade. The 512GB SSD can hold a few games, but could also be bumped up down the line. Some budget gaming laptops have even less storage. In our testing, we found that the Dell G5 runs fairly cool, and that its screen is bright, at least relative to other budget gaming notebooks. That being said, the keyboard is a bit mushy, and the touchpad can stick a little. At the very least, you'll likely want to invest in some peripherals while gaming. And if you're willing to turn the settings down to achieve even higher frame rates, the 120 Hz screen makes it possible to play games incredibly smoothly. However, the design is mostly bland, and the keyboard.touchpad combo will make you want to attach some peripherals. Low-end configs like the one we tested have just 8GB of RAM, which is serviceable in a pinch, but you would be wise to spend another few dollars to upgrade the memory and the SSD either at purchase time or with aftermarket parts. Dell G15 is a middle-of-the-pack budget gaming laptop that delivers sharp, but you'll have to turn settings down for intense games. Number 3. HP Victus 15. HP offers it with a base configuration utilizing an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650, but as of this writing, it appears that there's now a $699.99 option with a smaller 256GB drive. In some ways, the Victus succeeds in its looks. It's cheap, but it doesn't look like it. In fact, it looks more like a business machine than a gaming laptop. If you want to double up on work and play, you can in our testing. The Victus 15 and its Intel Core i5-12450H did decently on productivity tests. The GTX 1650 GPU means you'll have to turn settings down on some games. On HP's site, you can update the GPU as far up as an RTX 3050 Ti. If you have the means, it's a worthwhile upgrade, as there will be more storage space to hold more games. There was a secondary SSD slot in our unit if you want to do this yourself later. If you're willing to spend more than $1,000, the newer HP Victus 16 is a solid pick, but it's pricier. If you're looking for an inexpensive way to start PC gaming and aren't concerned with playing with full power, the Victus 15 may be the laptop for you. However, if you spend a little more, you may get a bit more bang or your gaming buck. Number 2. MSI Katana 15, another great gaming laptop under $1,000. At $999 as configured, the MSI Katana 15 just made the CU top for our list. But with its Intel Core i7 136-2-core-H and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, the Katana proved to be a powerful 1080p gaming machine, providing solid value. It doesn't hurt that in the sub-$1,000 model, MSI added 16GB of DDR5 RAM and a roomy 1TB PCIe NVMe SSD. You often see those specs cut first on budget laptops. Instead, the laptop just doesn't have the highest quality chassis. We also appreciated the surprisingly decent speakers on the Katana 15. The 1080p display isn't the most beautiful, but its 144Hz refresh rate will be a boon to esports players who want a smooth experience.
Yes.
If you want the absolute best hardware that money can buy, you can easily spend thousands of dollars on a premium gaming laptop. However, not everyone is willing to throw down a mortgage payment or two on a gaming laptop and can get by with something much less powerful. Thankfully, the under $1,000 gaming laptop field is rife with competition and is now joined by the new MSI Katana 15. Our Katana 15 review unit just barely squeaks by the cutoff at $999 as configured. Still, it manages to cram in a lot of bang for the buck with an Intel Raptor Lake processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 discrete graphics card, 16GB of RAM, and a generous 1TB SSD. If you're willing to make a few compromises, the Katana 15 is a worthwhile entry to the best gaming laptops under $1,000. Number 1. Acer Nitro 16, top gaming laptop under $1,000. The Acer Nitro 16 takes the mantle from the older Acer Nitro 5, but continues the tradition of bringing a solid mix of price and performance with a handful of premium niceties. Our $999 review unit included an AMD Ryzen 5 7640HS and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, which played most of our benchmark with a 165Hz display with G-Sync support, which is great for esports at high frame rates. Other pluses include a wide variety of ports, including USB 4, the latest version of USB Type-C, as well as battery life over 8 hours, which is solid for a gaming laptop. We wish the webcam and speakers were better. If you value the speakers, consider the MSI Katana listed below, but for the price, the Nitro 16 delivers a lot of value at just under $1,000. Every dollar counts in the best gaming laptops under $1,000, where Acer's Nitro 16 $1,000 as tested stands out as one of the best values. Its AMD Ryzen 5 CPU and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 are a potent combo. The Nitro 16 also doesn't miss out on creature comforts with its 4-zone RGB keyboard, USB 4 Type-C port, quiet fans, and long battery life. The few areas where it doesn't do well, namely its tinny speakers and preloaded bloatware, aren't as significant in the bigger picture. For under $1,000, this Acer is the real deal.